morning and welcome to Geotab's latest webinar. Today we are going to provide an overview of our recently introduced truck solution for Europe. The more technical aspects of the solution will be covered in a second webinar in October. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them into the questions box and we'll try to cover them at the end of this session. I'm David Savage, the Regional Manager for UK and Ireland here at Geotab, and joining me today are Barbara Bolivar and Ingo de Schrijver. I'll now hand over to Ingo, who will be taking us through the presentation today.
Good morning, David, and also a warm welcome from my side. Thank you for joining this webinar, and I'll gladly guide you through the Geotab Truck Solution for Europe. Let me first tackle the agenda. I'll start with a brief Geotab company introduction presentation. Of course, if we present a solution, it's important to understand the challenges, or at least to recognize those and then bring on the solutions. There have to be advantages to all the truck fleets out there, which will be put on the slide deck. Specifications, hardware and software, it will all become clear. And then, as David explained, we will end this session through Q&A. But first things first. Briefly, the Geotab company. Yeah, it's always nice to start with a pat on the back, since Geotab has again been ranked #1 commercial telematics vendor worldwide by ABI Research. Now, ABI is a global tech market advisory firm, and particularly our implementation methods, innovations, they were strongly recognized. We're in a fast-moving, fast-changing technology environment, so it's important to stay ahead. And yeah, this has again been recognized by the industry. What is Geotab? What do we do? Well, we're absolutely not a conventional telematics company. We are a world leader in connected vehicles. And if we talk vehicle, well, we're gonna talk trucks today. Lorries, but it's not only about trucks out there, logically, it's all about cars, LCVs, buses, off-road. And in the end, all these assets, these vehicles generate data. And that is what really differentiates us from competition. We are an engineering company. We have a focus on that data. We want to build analytics, fleet management, IoT solutions that in the end serve the end customers, that serve our partners. And this is something that I will address more today. It's all about an ecosystem, a partner network that we want to service, and end customers that we want to make better so that they can sleep at night. We started in North America now already 20 years ago, still a family business. And today we have also more than 400 partners and a flourishing ecosystem. So partners that really deliver complementary service to the Geotab platform, to the Geotab system. We even include a lot of OEM data benefits. And in the end, we want to leave to our customers, we want to give them a choice. We believe strongly in customization, and yeah, where security and reliability prevails. Fast growing, 1,200 employees, more than 100 active only in Europe, offices everywhere, London, Madrid, Paris. Nice to state that we have this largest penetration in Fortune 500 companies, but in the end, and particularly now that we're going to talk trucks today and transport and logistics, yeah, we do offer a scalable solution to our partners and the fleets out there. So we do recognize that the European market, UK market, yeah, the majority of those fleets are small, 1 to 20, 1 to 30 vehicles is not an exception. And they all have issues. They all have problems in the sense they want to control their costs. They want to maintain their margins. They want to have visibility over what they're doing. And of course, optimize their business, and particularly in these challenging times, crisis times, fleets into transport and logistics. Yeah, they want to become better, and they also strongly believe more and more in digital transformation. Now, we're a financially strong company. As mentioned earlier, we're family business, so we also look at cooperation partnerships long term. We have today over 2.1 million connected assets, and actually almost 25% of those connected assets are trucks. So large majority of those trucks today in North America, but of course we have ambitions here, and that is also what we want to present. You never copy paste a solution from one continent to the other. You always have to recognize the local needs, pan-European needs, but surely also local needs, UK needs, Spanish needs, Italian needs, etc. But you have to build a strong foundation, and that is what, again, I'll gladly present today. The challenges in transport and logistics, well, those active into trucking are surely familiar with this. In the end, fleets, fleet operators, those having trucks, they want to reduce their total cost of ownership. And there are components that have a higher share in this total cost of ownership than others. Now, fleets need to manage their driver wages. Fuel is always a significant part in the whole cost infrastructure. So fleets always have the ambition to control this, and of course also to reduce this. And for that, they invest in technology, they invest in telematics, they invest in integrated solutions. And that becomes possible, of course, if you get the right insights. If you build the right solution for the needs that you're having. And so if you want to reduce your fuel cost, well, you have to manage the fuel consumption. You must have insights into driver behavior, but you also have insights into their actual mileage. Are drivers taking the optimal road to go from A to Z? In the end, this is what matters. Now, driver wages, everybody is looking or is in need for good drivers. In the end, what fleets want to do is to maximize the efficiency of those drivers. And in that sense, maximize their wages, but they have to be on the road. A transport company, a trucking company, let's say, creates a revenue when their trucks go from A to Z, and preferably by maximizing the 9 or 10 hours that they can do a day, a week. But you must have those insights in order to optimize the business on the various benefits that are listed there below, because it's always a combination of factors that lead to cost savings. And of course, there needs to be a commitment throughout the company to make that happen. And we at Geotab, we have recognized that in Europe there are specific challenges that need to be tackled, and one, of course, is the law, is the compliance part, is the digital tachograph. So the digital tachograph demands for certain control. Now, fleets logically, they don't want to exceed their driving and resting times. Again, they want to maximize this, but then you must have insights into what the driver is doing, preferably at back office, so that dispatch can give still that extra shipment or that extra assignment job to the driver, so the driver can still make that happen. The tachograph needs to be managed. You need to read out the tachograph. You need to read out the driver card from small fleets to large fleets. Now you could call in your trucks, your drivers, but that would only create unnecessary mileage. And of course, any mileage that is being triggered, that has a cost. And again, how can you avoid that? And so fleets are looking for specific solutions to do that. And to administer Tacho, to manage Tacho, you have to have people engaged, following up on it. Why don't you let the technology assist you there, support you there through proactive alerts, so that driving resting times are respected, are not exceeded, so that tacho, the vehicle unit, or the driver card are read out on time. So these are all important drivers, and in the end, these drivers are often a trigger, particularly for small fleets, to decide for telematics. But again, this is just the beginning. It's much more than that needs to be tackled. If we talk engine data, you need data. You need the data from a truck to interpret driver behavior and to check on fuel consumption, carbon footprint, to make sure that the truck does not stand still. You need to have insight into the diagnostics part. You want to make sure that driver is not over speeding, does not go too fast in a specific curve corner. All of that you want to, in the end, fleets want to increase their driver, vehicle, and cargo safety. And green image, also very important these days. At Geotab, we have, for example, a green fleet dashboard available that shows you exactly how long fleet truck has been idling, carbon footprint, driving behavior, and even how fleets compare to the fleet industry at large. Because of course, if you move to data and you collect lots of data, you can start benchmarking. And that's of course also a benefit that we offer. You can start comparing how am I doing versus other fleets, of course, through anonymized aggregated data, but it helps. It helps you to understand fleets, to understand their business better. But clearly, there are challenges to tachograph and to truck engine data that fleets want to solve. Now, what are those solutions that we at Geotab wanted to bring to the market? The two main ones are addressed here. Tachograph. We want to offer, let's say, the market, the UK market, European market, an automatic and remote readout of the digital tacho driver card and vehicle unit. We want to offer proactive alerts in case of possible infractions, real-time overview of legally valid driving and resting times. Extremely beneficial, of course, for dispatch and for fleets back office to have those insights, again, to make sure that you give the right number of assignments, jobs to the driver, to make sure that you keep track of his driving times, etc. You want to be informed about infractions. This should not happen. It's costly. It's costly to the driver. It's costly to the fleet. And you need to archive that data. Again, you need to manage that data. It will all be it is part of the Geotab Truck Solution for Europe. Engine data, as you know, we are a dongle solution, and we have a very reliable, secure Go9 device, which in the end provides fleets with the richest data sets, including fault codes, and particularly valid for maintenance diagnostic reasons. But of course, European trucks, particularly the older ones, what if there is not this port? How can then Geotab ensure that there is engine data? Well, that engine data remains critical to have insight into the consumption, into the driving style analysis, into the maintenance part. But what if there is no OBD? We can now offer fallback scenarios over the FMS, over the open standard that every European truck has, or even contactless. And that's now a very important benefit that we offer too. So in any circumstance, there are fallback scenarios to offer you or the fleets with truck engine data. Why do customers want Geotab Truck Telematics? Now, as said earlier, we don't have this conventional way of thinking. So we believe that depending on industry segment, you must have the choice. That's important. And the way we package this solution is through these 6 strategic pillars. So productivity, all in relation to the driver. One important advantage here, of course, now you have the opportunity to maximize the driver hours, but also through trip miles, accurate arrival, departure times, unexpected stops, they become visible. Optimization, more related to the vehicle. Diagnostics, extremely important. Downtime, costs a fleet, and fleets want to have their trucks on the road. Safety of ever increasing importance. Coaching, important to the driver. Now, again, you can train the driver in various ways. You can let the Telematics solution take over. You can do this through coaching, on-site, off-site. But fact is, safety remains critical. Sustainability, fuel cost, as mentioned earlier, whatever fleet can do to reduce the consumption is a huge cost savior. Compliance, now we can manage that tachograph. EU driving time directive is covered. Remote data download functionalities are all covered. And then expandability, as you know, Geotab is a solid foundation, but with many layers on top, layers that come from marketplace partners, hardware add-ons, software add-ins, other applications that really grow the solutions. So they really can add additional value to the Geotab solution and give then fleets the choice they are looking for. So how does the truck solution for Europe looks like? Again, you are familiar with the different components. It's all about My Geotab, a reliable, secure, scalable platform, very open platform, and so we integrate easily. We create lots of flexibility. If fleets want to build their own dashboards, reports, all possible. We have the Go device in the vehicles, the Geotab Drive app to interact with the drivers, a mobile app even of the My Geotab interface. Different components here, so a bit differently packaged, moving from track and trace to route guidance, rules engine, maintenance, diagnostics. But now I'm very pleased to announce also through the acquisition of Intendia last year, we are capable of offering you this engine data, various fallback scenarios, and of course, all the modules related to manage the law in the end and to manage this digital tachograph. If this is the foundation, you can also look at the right-hand side to the marketplace. This, of course, allows our partners to build the right solution and to grow then the solution that fleets are looking for. So we launched the truck solution on the 17th and is now available to the industry. So what differentiates us and what makes the difference? That's the marketplace. Again, solid foundation now, including engine data, tachograph management. But if in UK, we know camera video solutions are also becoming very important, also out of compliance reasons. Well, we have up to 4 or 5 camera systems on the marketplace today, easily integrated with Geotab, and that you find on the marketplace. So valuable solutions. Smaller fleets may have lesser requirements, but when you move into larger fleets, it all becomes available. And our partners are really capable of managing this, integrating all these various solutions that make the ecosystem. Many features available now to you. It's all about visibility, of course, giving fleets insights in what's happening outside, what's happening to the driver, what's happening to the trucks, to the cargo. Optimize that performance of the fleets, make sure that they take the right routes to go from A to Z. Again, also a way to reduce the fuel consumption, hence fuel cost. Now tacho management covered. So from readouts to real-time driving times, to infraction analysis, to driver identification, because as you know, the digital tachograph, well, every driver has a digital tacho driver card, so he can easily identify himself. You can easily keep track of the driver even when moving to different trucks. It's all about data. So those insights, they must help fleets, they must help our end customers to become more efficient and to reduce costs. ETAs, accurate ETAs are provided now. Improve driver safety, already touched upon that. Integration, ERP, TMS, that's of course one of our new differentiators in the sense that it's very easy to integrate with Geotab. We share and we integrate with any partner, and of course make sure that all remains secure and reliable. Fuel cost, advanced reporting, and uptime, all become now part of this solid foundation. So what are the advantages? In the end, very straightforward. Less fines, costs, less fines have less costs. So in that sense, manage that tachograph properly, focus on the business, reduce the operational costs as such, and make sure that your people can focus on their core competences. Do not necessarily have to check when should now, for example, Tacho be read out, or let technology take over, so that these people can focus on other core activities. What are the specifications? Now it's pretty straightforward. So we will manage it all over the air. Of course, you need a card reader at back office to give authentication to the digital tachograph, that it can be read out. This is linked to the digital tacho company card, but we will provide various modules that make the Geotab Tachograph solution, and those will allow then the remote downloading and the real-time driving times, really eliminating manual management of driver and vehicle information. The components, the Go device can be combined with the IOX reader. This will be installed in the truck. The IOX reader will connect to the digital tacho then through harness. The card reader is for back office, where you then give authentication to digital tachograph for remote download. But in the end, two pieces of hardware: our Go device, reliable device, any asset compatible, now in combination with IOX, will ensure then engine and tacho management data. The modules on the tacho management side follow up on your driver, because he has now a unique ID tag, which is his digital tacho driver card. So from the moment he steps into his vehicle, it will be recognized as such and displayed in my Geotab. On the right-hand side, the various extra modules: remote data download, real-time driving and resting, and infraction management, all part of our solution. Here you see a bit more visual how it will look like. Let me repeat that in our second round of webinars, October, we will go more into the technical details, let's say, of the tacho modules of the Geotab Tachograph solution, also running demos then of the software. But I straight forward will it be clear to back office, to dispatch, who is in the vehicle, who's driving the vehicle, what times are still available to him, how to download the driver card, all then through Tacho, the vehicle unit as such, identification given from back office, but in the end, automatic remote download system becomes available, real-time driving times available, displayed in my Geotab at back office, and then of course infringements to analyze. I prevent, of course, those infractions that cost and that generate fines. Those various modules will become available in the my Geotab system. Here a bit more in detail. I think very important on the remote data download are the proactive alerts, so that you know, okay, when the cards or when the tachos need to be downloaded. So either every 28 days or 90 days. You can increase the frequency. There are automatic schedulers for that. So all critical components of a remote data download solution. Real-time driving times, very easy then to interpret, particularly for dispatch, for back office. Okay, what times have already been driven? What are the remaining driving resting times? All the features and functionalities are listed here on the left-hand side. But of course, it's a critical component if you are dealing with trucks, if you are dealing then with the digital tachograph inside of that vehicle above 3.5 tons. And last but not least, let's say a very intelligent piece of software here is the infraction module. So where you can control the infringements by vehicle and driver, and of course also generate the necessary reports. What are the specifications? I already touched upon that. So yeah, first of all, engine data, very important, and the more data, the better. So you must gain those insights. It's not only coming from CAN, bus, from truck, also the dongle itself, through accelerometer data will generate relevant information, but in the end, we take over through the OBD port as much information as possible. But again, what if not OBD? Well, you can start combining, can look at alternative data sources, like, for example, the FMS standard, which is today the open standard. Of course, various versions of this FMS standard, limited data sets. If you still need to retrofit this, it can cost 450, 900 pounds. So this needs to be considered well. Now Geotab can really offer fallback scenario. So OBD2, of course, a preferred way of taking data. You can start combining, but if no OBD nor FMS, you can even start using the U-reader as a contactless CAN reader, which then ensures fleets the engine data that they need, again, to optimize their business, to check on driver behavior, to check on that fuel consumption, etc. Hardware and software. It will become available on the marketplace, and so we called it the Geotab Tachograph modules, and the IOX U-reader is then the piece of hardware that will be required. So there's also a connection harness to the digital tachograph needed, but in the end, an IOX cable will link the Go device with the IOX reader. Easy to install, no complexity there, but a huge trigger then for many fleets, particularly for small fleets. It will be a very important trigger to meet all these requirements on compliance. Hardware overview. Again, Go 9 combined with U-reader, IOX cable, and now you have your Tacho data, and you will have the vehicle information, engine data. OBD richest data sets, but in case no OBD nor FMS, there are fallback scenarios, even combinations possible. This one device, this one U-reader will be really a gateway to external sensors, and I will gladly come back to that as well in the future. How will it look at the plant side, let's say? So we offer today 3 tariff plans: Base, Pro, and Pro Plus. So today, Base is the tariff plan with the data generated by the device, so GPS location, VIN data, the basic IOX support. It's all part of Base, but now we include to the existing Base plan, and we include the driver ID, and we include the remote download functionalities. And so from driver card and from digital tacho. So we add value and we maintain the existing tariff plan. We created even a 4th plan, particularly for a European market. We had already one in North America. That one was based on the ELD mandate. Here, of course, we talk digital tachograph. So we take the base plan and we add even the real-time status to it. So this functionality again gives the full insight at back office of driving and resting time. That becomes part of regulatory EU. The Pro plan is all about engine accelerometer data, also covering the previous plans. But now we make sure that even if there is no OBD or FMS standard, we have this fallback of a U-reader acting as a CanClamp solution. And then, of course, our most, let's say, advanced, our greatest functionality tariff plan, and that is the Pro Plus, where already today we talk about active tracking, lifetime warranty, premium services like EV data, etc. Here we even include the infraction management to it. So we maintain the existing tariff plans, we add regulatory EU to it. We do not increase price. We keep that just extra value available to our customers. Any questions?
Great. Thank you, Ingo. We've only had one question come in, and I'll put this one to you, Ingo. Could you outline the differences between the solution you've just run through and Everstel?
Well, the difference is that in the end, Everstel was indeed a partner, was a partner on the marketplace, but they were also a partner of Intendia. Now we have really, let's say, incorporated the Intendia technology, their expertise into Geotab, and we have also released a new generation of hardware, and also the software will be developed further. But of course, there was an overlap, as Everstel was also distributing the Intendia solution.
Thank you, Ingo. One more question has come in. I think this one is for Barbara. Is the EFAS Intellic DTCO for RDL also covered?
Yes, it is.
Okay, one more for Barbara. Which rel of EFAS is to be used for the RDL?
So the download is available from the EFAS 4 onwards. So it would be SW 2.0 to 2.15 and above. But this information can be available in the tachographs label. It's at the front. So you can see the model of it, and if it's SW 2.0 and above, then it's compatible.
And that concludes all of the questions we've had come through. So thank you, Ingo, for that oversight. And thank you, everyone, for attending today's session. We hope you have a great day and look forward to seeing you on the second round of webinars where things will get a little bit more technical in October. Thank you for your time this morning.